السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good morning, everyone. Today we will make a revision for all the curriculum. Number one, we will start with Unit 1, Lesson 1. Number one, we have two types of motion. Number one, we have studied before called the transitional motion, and number two called periodic motion. We have two types of periodic motion. Periodic motion, it is a motion which is regularly repeated in equal periods of time. It can repeat it regularly by moving in the time. But the oscillatory motion or oscillatory motion, it is a periodic motion. It's repeated at equal intervals of time, but it must make it around its rest point. Around its rest point. Maximum displacement the object can do is called amplitude. Amplitude, we can measure it with meter or centimeter. When the object can make four amplitude, it's called complete oscillation. Complete oscillation, it is the motion which the body can do it when it passes by a fixed point on its path two successive times in the same direction. Two successive times in the same direction. 1 minute. Yes. Like when the object moving from A to B and from B to C and return back again from C to A and so on. Periodic time, it is a time. Periodic time, it is a time taken by the object to make one cycle, one rotation, one complete oscillation. All of them, they have the same meaning. And we have the opposite of periodic times, it's called frequency. Frequency is the number of complete oscillations produced by an object in 1 second. So F equal 1 over T and T equal 1 over F, like this one. Periodic time, time in second over number of complete oscillation. Frequency, it is the opposite of it, like frequent number of complete oscillation over time in second. And frequency again equal 1 over periodic time, and periodic time equal 1 over frequency. How can I convert? What's the measuring unit first of frequency? It will be hertz, kilohertz, megahertz, and gigahertz. The smallest one will be hertz, and the largest one will be gigahertz. When I need to convert from gigahertz into giga to mega, I will make by 10 of the power 3, mega to kilo, by 10 of the power 3, kilo for hertz, by 10 of the power 3. When I need to return back again from hertz into kilohertz, I will make it 10 power negative 3 hertz to mega, 10 of the power negative 6 hertz to giga, 10 of the power negative 9. Let's solve some questions to check understanding about this point. Page 33. A simple pendulum makes 1,200 complete oscillations in a minute. Number one, time will be 60 seconds, and 1,200 complete oscillations in. Every complete oscillation cover 20 centimeters complete oscillation. Calculate amplitude. First, complete oscillation and amplitude. When I need to calculate it, I will make complete oscillation complete over 4, 20 over 4, it will be equal 5 centimeters. When I need to convert it from centimeter into meter, I will make it over 100. It will be equal 0.05. Periodic time, it will be equal T small over N. The T small equal 60 and over N number of cycles, 1,200. Frequency, Okay, the opposite of it, like n over t 1200 over 60. The last one, the time of 16 successive displacement. 16 successive displacement means 16 amplitude. So 16 amplitude, I will make it them how many number, how many number of complete waves in this one, I will make 16 successive displacement over 4. It will give us 4 complete solutions. 4 complete solutions. So the periodic time, the periodic time of this one, it will be equal 1 minute until I calculate it. 60 over 1200 will be equal 0.05. 0.05. This is the periodic time, one wave. So when I need to know what is the time of 4 waves, I will make this number by 4. This number by 4. So I will make 4 by 0.05. And the time will be with second. Question 4. Which figure represents the relation between the velocity and the time of an oscillating simple pendulum? If its rest position is simplified by letter A, this one and this one, give a reason for your choice. Which one represents the velocity? Okay, which one would be the velocity is maximum? Could be A or A, figure 1 or figure 2. At this point, we can search for where is the rest position. The rest position will be at this point A, at this line, at this line. So the maximum velocity will be here or here. When it's passing by its rest position, like this one. So here it's the maximum velocity when it's moving by this point. This is the minimum point. Unit 1, lesson 2. What is the meaning of the wave? The wave, it is the disturbance that propagates and transfer energy in the direction of propagation. The meaning of wave motion, it's the periodic motion, type of periodic motion that happen due to vibration of the medium particles at specific or a certain moment at definite direction. When the particles move in the same line or in a specific line, it's called the line of wave propagation. It is the direction of the progression of the wave. We have two important types of waves. Number one, transverse wave. Number two, longitudinal waves. Transverse wave, it will vibrate perpendicular and it will make crest and trough. Longitudinal wave, it will make or vibrate along coming from long, and it will make compression and rarefaction. Transverse wave, we have crest and trough. Crest is the highest point in the transverse wave. Trough is the lowest point in the transverse wave. Compression. Compression, it is the area. It has highest density and the pressure. What is the rarefaction? Rarefaction, it is the area in the longitudinal wave, by the way, and it has the lowest density and the pressure. This is the lowest point. The minimum point, it has density and the pressure in this wave. We have two another types of wave according to the ability to transfer energy. Number one called electromagnetic waves and the other called mechanical waves. Electromagnetic waves, they are waves which don't need a medium to propagate, like radio waves, infrared, visible light, and so on. But mechanical waves, they need a medium to transfer through. And it has two types, transverse and longitudinal. long like your voice, like sound waves. Transverse wave like water wave. The most important thing, how can I solve the problem and calculate the wavelengths? Wavelengths of a transverse wave, it will make 2 by horizontal distance. In the longitudinal, 2 by the distance between center of compression and rarefaction. And the third rule, and the most important one, total distance over number of waves. We have taken this before in the last lesson. Wave amplitude, maximum displacement. Maximum displacement. When he given to me this wave and this distance equal 20 meters, what is the number of wave amplitude? I will make 20 because it is the vertical distance over 2. 20 over 2 to equal 10 meters. Wave velocity, we have two types of rules for wave velocity. Number one, distance over time, and number two, frequency by wavelength. Wave frequency, complete waves over time. Periodic time of one wave. And this two rules for wave velocity, and the measuring unit for wave velocity, it will be meter per second. At this point, I need to calculate the wavelength. Wavelength, total distance, total distance over number of waves. Total distance over number of waves. Total distance will be 2 meters. 2 meter over number of waves. 2 meter over number of waves. 2 waves دول هنا number of waves 2 waves. 2 over 2 يبقى 1 meter. البريودك time. Time taken to make one wave. هنا دول 2 waves عاملين 0.2. طيب to make it to calculate how many number of times أو what's the number of times to make one wave, it will be 0.1 second. Unit 2. Please take in your considerations that the Sivert wheel is the most important thing in this lesson, and we use it to determine the frequency of unknown tone. Fundamental, pure, simple. Harmonic, higher in pitch and lower in intensity. Higher in pitch and lower in intensity. Both of them, they will make complex tone. Complex tone. الساوند خلاص قلنا الرول بتاعتها مرة. We can differentiate between the human ears can differentiate between the sounds according to sound pitch, sound intensity, sound quality. This is the rule referred to Sivert wheel. Sivert wheel, it will be number of cycles by number of hertz over time in second. Sound pitch will be the property by which the air can distinguish between harsh and sharp. Harsh and sharp. But sound intensity, it will differentiate between strong or weak. Strong or weak. The factors affecting sound intensity. Number one will be distance. If the distance increases, the sound intensity will decrease. Amplitude relation, direct relation. Area of vibrating surface, direct relation. The density, direct relation, and the wind direction. If the wind direction is the same line will increase, but when it will be in the opposite line, will decrease the sound intensity. The inverse square law of sound, the intensity of sound at point inversely proportional with a square distance like I, inversely with 1 over d power 2. When the distance increase double, the sound intensity will decrease to quarter. Sound quality is the property by which human ear distinguish between according to the nature of sound, even if they are equal in intensity and pitch. Sound waves we can differentiate it into three types: infrasonic, ultra, lower than, higher than, between, lower than 20 hertz, higher than 20 kilohertz, or 20,000 hertz. But sound waves, it's located between 20 hertz and 20 kilohertz. The blowing before ringing, human ear can distinguish between this point, and ultrasonic, like bats, dogs, and cats, and dolphins, they can produce ultrasonic waves. Question 6, page 98, several to produce sound frequency. This F and rotation, find the time and the number of T's for repeat. So that T equal D by N over F. I will make D, it will be 20, no, 20 hertz here and 50 T's here, and by 360. And you can find the time and the answer, I don't know. Give me 1 minute until I calculate it. 360 by 50 over 200. So the product will be 90 seconds, but this is a false answer because he needed it in time. So you must divide it into 60, maybe it will 1.5. Yeah, that's right, 1.5 minutes. And this question, please attention. Number one, this is density. Number two, it's density. So by increasing the density, what will happen to the sound intensity? Yes, that's right, it will increase. Glass prism like this CD, both of them, they will produce analysis of white light into 7 spectral colors. This apex and space. You must keep them with how we arrange the light, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Transparent allow most light. Translucent permits only a part of light. Opaque don't allow light at all to pass through it. Clear, air, pure, here, plant leaves, books, and so on, and frosted or tinted glass or tissue paper. By increasing the thickness, the ability to see something, it will decrease. Light intensity is the quantity of light falling perpendicular to a unit area. It serves in 1 second. This is the intensity with the distance, it's the inverse relation. We have two types of reflection, regular and irregular. We can classify both of them according to the reflecting surface. Reflecting serves light reflection that falling or turning back the light in the same medium. Regular in one direction, irregular in different direction. Incident light ray is the angle between, the incident light ray, it is the light beam that falling or intersects with the surface. Reflected, it is a mirror light beam, it is reflected. Angle of incidence, angle between normal and the incident light ray. Angle of reflection, angle between reflected light ray and normal. Law of light reflection, angle of incidence equal angle of reflection. And second law of reflection, incident light ray and the reflected light ray and normal line, all of them they falling perpendicular. Here we have absolute refractive index, we can divide V air over V medium. Natural phenomena related to reflection and refraction, like apparent shape of object, apparent position of objects, and the mirage phenomenon. All of them they happen due to light reflection or light refraction or light reflection and refraction. Optical density of the medium is the ability of transparent medium to refract light. The both types refer to light reflection. This is the regular and irregular. We can see this plan as a broken plan due to light refraction. Refraction. According to the living organisms like plant, to keep itself from extinction, must make reproduction process. Lower the short stem, which help in reproduction process. Practice the green leaf. Inflorescence, it is a group of flower carried on the same axil. Receptacle, it's the swelling parts that carry all the parts of the plant. Typical flower like model flower, mm, it contain all the floral worlds. They are four. Floral worlds, flowers like Calyx, Corolla, Andrecium, and Genesium, or Andrecium, Genesium, or Genesium, and Andrecium. The sex of flower may be male, unisexual, female unisexual, and bisexual hermaphrodite flower. Reproduction, sexual and asexual. Sexual that happen between male and female. Asexual that's happen in the one living organisms. Self or auto pollination when the pollen grain transfer from the plant to the same plant. Answer of the plant to the stigma of the same plant. But mixed or cross pollination that's happened between the same kind of the plant, but not in the same plant. Like one of them stand here and the other here, but both of them from the same type. Methods of cross pollination, air, artificial by human, and insects. Fertilization process happening to form zygote or embryo. This zygote contain 46 chromosomes. Fusion of a pollen grain with an ovule. Vegetative reproduction that producing new individuals from different parts without the flower have the role in this process. Natural vegetative like rhizomes, forms, tubers, bulbs, and offshoots. The tubers, it's the swelling part of horizontal root or terrestrial stem, like sweet potato and potatoes. Artificial vegetative reproduction like cutting, grafting, tissue culture, and layering. Cutting artificial vegetative part contain pods known as the cut is planted. The cut is a part of the plant, stem, or a leaf that contain growing pods. Methods of grafting. Grafting by attachment and by wedge. By attachment, scion, we can put it in the stock and they can attach it to it. Like mango tree. Wedged, this one will make by integrated angles and the other one will make by wedged, like pencil shape, and we can put this pencil in another one to make the scion takes the juice or food from the stock. Examples here, large tree. Tissue culture, it is the process of multiplying a small part of a plant to get many identical parts. To determine the sex of the flower, this is bisexual, contain the four floral worlds. Female, because they contain only genesium, and this is only male because it contains stamen or andrecium or this is stamen and anther. I'm sorry, this is filament and anther. the last lesson will be reproduction in human. The male genital system consists of two tests, two ovaries, sorry, two tests, two vas deferens, associated glands, and penis. The ovaries and fallopian tube and uterus and the vagina in the female reproductive system. Function of two testes, it will produce sperms and male hormone, testosterone hormone. And this hormone's appearance of the male sex characters like sign of puberty in male. Signs of puberty in male like growth of hair in certain body area, harshness of voice, development of genital organs, growth of bones, and growth of muscles. Growth. All of them, they are growth. We have three types of genital glands like two seminal glands, two seminal vesicles, I'm sorry, prostata glands, and two Cooper's glands. Genital glands. Genital glands, they produce alkaline liquid called seminal fluid. They nourish or feed the sperm, facilitate the flow of sperm, and neutralize the acidity. The female contains two ovaries, fallopian tube, vagina, and uterus. Make ovulation process that happen every 28 days. Produce two hormones, progesterone, responsible for pregnancy, and estrogen, responsible for appearance, the female sex characters. Ovulation, we have mentioned, sign of puberty in female, growth of hair in armpit and pubic, softness of voice, worsen development of breasts, accumulation of fats, and occurrence, the most important thing, menstrual cycle. Until it will reach to 45 till 55, it will happen menopause. Female menopause, age at which the two ovaries complete stop releasing ovum. The ovum consists of nucleus, cytoplasm, and cellular membrane. In the sperm, the sperms consist of headpiece, contain 23 chromosomes, midpiece, mitochondria, and energy. They are responsible for motion. Fertilization in human. Fusion between male and female, sperm and ovum. Pregnancy period, it will take 9 months in the female until delivery or labor will extend for about 9 months. Incubation period of disease, it is the period between the beginning of infection and the appearance of symptoms. Pubertal sepsis disease caused by spherical shaped bacteria like syphilis. Spiral shape. This is spherical spiral. This is spherical spiral. The incubation period, like pubertal sepsis disease, from 1 to 4, but the other between 2 and 3. The male, the effect of smoking and addition of the genital system. Again, the effect of smoking and the addiction on the genital system in male decrease the formation of male sex hormone, but in female, decrease the formation of female sex hormone and leads to increase the deformation rate to embryo and leads to death of the embryo and the newly born baby. What is the scientific term for this type of reproduction? An oval-shaped gland in the male like testis and the sac-like structure scrotum. Group of glands, associated glands. Male sex hormone called testosterone. Fine convoluted tubes connected to the testis. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Uh, like the epididymis. Transfer like vas deferens. And the fluid secreted by the male genital hormone called the seminal fluid.